We have just learned in the last few moments that Senator Lindsey Graham from the state of South Carolina has died at the age of 71. His staff said in a brief statement posted to social media just late tonight that the senator suffered from a brief illness and then passed away. This was unexpected.
A longtime member of Congress, first elected to the House of Representatives in 1992. He has served as South Carolina's senator since 2003, elected to the Senate in 2002. Four nearly full terms in the Senate, but 71-year-old Lindsey Graham, who was once a very strong critic of then candidate Donald Trump, has become one of his staunchest allies in the Senate of President Trump and has backed him both terms that President Trump has served in the Oval Office.
So we are just learning this information tonight, that late tonight, Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina died at the age of 71. What this means now heading into the midterm elections will all be determined in the next several days. We've still not heard from the White House tonight. This is just information that is coming in the last few minutes. So as Lindsey Graham was a frequent guest on Sunday morning talk shows, we expect we will hear much reaction in the next few hours.
And control of the Senate is a big question heading into these midterm elections. The state of South Carolina, if they need to fill a seat in the Senate, is appointed by the governor, Republican Henry McMaster. We will figure those things out in the coming days and weeks. But again, Lindsey Graham, senator of South Carolina, dead at the age of 71.
Mitch McConnell, how is he doing? Have you heard anything?
I'm going to go check right now with my office.
Okay.
Hoping and praying he's doing well, but I'm going to check just right now.
Is there a contingency plan if for some reason his health continues to worsen?
Just thinking about Mitch.
Thank you.
I'm in total shock right now. Republican Senator Lindsey Graham has died. His office put out this statement saying, on the evening of Saturday, July 11th, U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham passed away from a brief and sudden illness. Senator Graham's family appreciates prayers at this time and asks for privacy during this incredibly difficult period. Now, a brief and sudden illness is pretty vague, but we're learning now that emergency personnel responded to a call for cardiac arrest at Graham's Capitol Hill home on Saturday night, according to police scanner audio obtained by NBC News. Photographs also reviewed by NBC showed that paramedics carried a person on a stretcher from Graham's home to an awaiting ambulance. Graham was, of course, a big Trump ally, aligned with him on basically every issue, but this is just so out of the blue. Let me know in the comments what you think about it.
We have some breaking news at this hour. Longtime Republican Senator Lindsey Graham has just passed away suddenly at the age of 71. This was just posted on his official X account, a statement from the office of the U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham. The office of U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham released the following statement. On the evening of Saturday, July 11th, U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham passed away from a brief and sudden illness. Senator Graham's family appreciates prayers at this time and asks for privacy during this incredibly difficult period. And this is completely unexpected. A sudden illness where we just saw Lindsey Graham perfectly healthy and fine last week, now Saturday night suddenly passed away at the age of 71. Now we're hearing about this about 2 o'clock in the morning on Sunday on the East Coast, so we probably won't get any more details until later this morning or this afternoon. Make sure you guys follow here to stay up to date with it. I'll bring you guys all the updates. Rest in peace to Lindsey Graham and his family, as I'm sure they're going to be going through a very difficult time right now.
Well. It appears, my dears, that Graham got busy this evening. A statement from the office of U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham. The office of U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham released the following statement. On the evening of Saturday, July 11th, the U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham passed away from a brief and sudden illness. Senator Graham's family appreciates your prayers at this time and asks for your privacy during this incredibly difficult period. Wait till Mitch hears this shit, honey. Wait till the glitch bitch hears that Lindsey just bit the dust before all of them, honey. No more ladybug, baby. A brief, sudden illness. Anyway, it's 1:25 a.m. Let me get my ass off of here. We'll talk about this tomorrow, baby. So Lindsey Graham has died.
United States Senate for many years. somebody who has been one of the
Now we got to connect the dots.
It is official. Senator Lindsey Graham is dead, according to the official account for Lindsey Graham of South Carolina. On the evening of Saturday, July 11, U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham passed away from a brief and sudden illness. Senator Graham's family appreciates prayers at this time and asks for privacy during this incredibly difficult period. As you know, this is the official account, so it is true. This is not the same guy as Mitch McConnell. Both are evil Republicans. Lindsey Graham is also an evil senator. This is insane, though, that now it's potentially two senators who are dead. This is going to have major ramifications for the United States Senate. This is going to slow down the Republicans a lot. This is a big deal. This is going to put a damper on the whole Mitch McConnell thing, because without Lindsey Graham, like, his entire cover-up might prove to be completely pointless.
Oh my God. Breaking news. Lindsey Graham just passed away. Lindsey Graham just passed away tonight, Saturday, July 11th. This statement was released on his Twitter by his office. Quote, on the evening of Saturday, July 11th, U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham passed away from a brief and sudden illness. Senator Graham's family appreciates prayers at this time and asks for privacy during this incredibly difficult period. What? We got Lindsey Graham's death announcement before Mitch McConnell's and GTA 6? Sorry. And you know what this means, right? That's now two Republican senators down. Well, one and a half, I guess. There are currently, well, not anymore, 53 Republican senators in the Senate out of 100. Down two brings them to 51. That's a razor-thin majority. They're definitely not unplugging Mitch now.
All right, y'all. I hope I didn't wake y'all up. But I know I have a few fellow night owls out there. But as y'all could see, Lindsey Graham has died at 71 yesterday, or from what it looks like from the article, it looks like later in the night last night, 7/11. Wow, almost a month to the day from Mitch. That's crazy, huh? A whole another one of his colleagues died before they're even announcing it. Now, I don't really need to know what he died from. It's really none of our business for Mitch or him. But I mean, they are public servants, so we deserve to know for Mitch. And I feel that it's weird. And I'm not making this another Mitch McConnell video. I'm just saying it's just, this is how you handle it. I at least respect his office and his family for releasing it, because they could have done the same thing since it was, the midterms coming up, and I guess it's losing 2 seats in the span of a month, essentially. I mean, of course, one we have unconfirmed, and it's probably going to really stay that way now, but wow, yeah, this one came out of left field. I wonder what happened. Sudden illness. The article and Harry, as you saw in his clip, said that it was another cardiac arrest, resuscitation, I think they said, was happened to him. So they both succumbed to the same thing, possibly. And don't you think that it was kind of creepy how you said, I'm going to go check with my office now? I guess he's really going to check in on him now, in more ways than one. I guess we could see. This one got all of the influencers up out of bed. Did y'all see Christina had to go sit herself outside and light a cigarette to this one? She never makes nighttime videos from what I could see. So she had to hop on this as soon as she heard. And Harry too. I'm not really sure about Harry. He might do breaking news like in the middle of the night, but the news literally broke like maybe an hour and a half ago. I found out, as I've been finding out about a lot of things lately, I was scrolling on Threads. Everything is Threads lately. I can't believe it, but y'all, like, it's a good source of news, because I was just scrolling. Like, it will pop up just with you scrolling, and it wasn't even from an official news source. It was just like a political account that I saw it first, and then somebody reposted the news article from, I don't remember. I think it might be NBC News. And I was like, oh, okay. I thought it was one of those satirical type posts, but no, it was true. Yeah, so what do y'all think? Y'all know Conspiracy Meg has to come out a little bit. Do y'all think it's a sudden illness, or do you think it's poison? Do you think it's a heart attack? I don't know. The fact that he came back from Ukraine, I mean, one could take that piece of information and run with it. I do think maybe it was just something that suddenly came along. Call me naive, I don't know, but maybe we'll find out some additional details as they emerge. I think if the ambulance had to be called, yeah, I mean, I guess that was just something that came about all of a sudden, but 2 Trump loyalists gone in the span of a month, which is crazy. Now, as a lot of people you will probably hear in the next few days say it comes in threes. I'm not saying anything. And let me put this out here too, as I don't want to make fun of anyone's death, but like at the same time, I really sit here and think sometimes because like, how does it feel? I mean, I guess they don't care. They're not here to see it. But how does it feel that you know that people are not feeling sorry when you pass away? Like, that has to be like the most, like the weirdest, most gut-wrenching feeling. I mean, they don't care. They just cared about the power while they were here. But just to think that some people are just having like skepticism and just being like, oh, well, you died, you know? Like, that's just so not crazy that people think that, but the way people went about their politics, and this is the legacy you leave, people just being whatever about how your life ended. And it just, it's just such a crazy feeling to have. But like I said, this is just my opinion on it. I'm not saying people are wrong for having an indifferent take on it. I mean, I totally see where they're coming from, because look at what he wanted to align himself with. This man was all about Trump until the end of it, literally. But yeah, what do y'all think? Do you think that it was something that came about all of a sudden? Do you think he was dealing with something long term but just never said anything? I don't know. I think we'll probably have to just get more details. But yeah, this came overnight. Well, for those who may be seeing this later in the day, I found out about this about 2 a.m. Central Time, and I think the news broke about an hour before then. So maybe about 1 o'clock a.m. Central Time, maybe 2 a.m. Eastern Time. We most likely will never know what he passed away from, but we'll see. Maybe they'll be more forthcoming. Like I said, technically that's his own medical business. We don't need to know. It's just good that we know that they confirmed that he passed away, and they're not trying to be like cruel and trying to be sneaky and hide it like they're doing it for Mitch McConnell. And like I said, I don't want to make this about Mitch too, because I made a whole separate video on him, but I wouldn't be surprised if Mitch McConnell, and I said this on a comment on that video, I wouldn't be surprised if he told his wife or like his staffers to keep this a secret until they didn't have to anymore, which I guess is like the August 3rd or 4th, whenever it's unfortunate. I mean, when anyone dies, but that's just how it crumbled. Yeah. Sad, but this is the way they choose to do while they're alive. When people have no feelings about it, that's something that you did while you were here. And this is the attitude and the way people are feeling about it. And can you imagine when it's going to be the man in the White House's turn? If it happens overnight, I really feel like people are going to still go out in the streets or something. But yeah, y'all, let me know what you think. I mean, there's not really much for me to say. They were forthcoming about it and released it and announced it, thankfully. But yeah, that's going to be a new senator in South Carolina, no matter if it's a Republican or a Democrat. Hopefully it'll be a Democrat, but that's going to be 2 new seats in the Senate from people that have been holding the power for decades, essentially. Lindsey Graham, I think the ABC News clip said he was in the House of Representatives since 93. So I guess he was a congressman and then he became senator. I don't know his history, y'all. Two people that's been holding power for decades are now out. And it sucks that it had to be death, but that's two people that yielded a lot of power and had a lot of influence and was very close in proximity to Trump that are no longer here. So this is an opportunity. If you live in Kentucky or in South Carolina, you know what you have to do. Try to see some change happen. Now, I know it's just 2 seats, but if I'm feeling how I'm feeling and it's going to be right that we're going to have a blue wave, then this might be some hope that we may have come November. But yeah, you guys, let me know what you think about this. I know it's late. I don't know how many people will see this as soon as I upload it, but I'm going to get this up right away. And tell me your thoughts. You know, I want to hear it. And if you made it this far, thank you so much. As always, you know, I appreciate it. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye. See you later.